When it comes to this guy,
Trump lacks filters because he lacks shame and lacks morality. And when we were working on a TV show that was silly and stupid and didn't mean anything, I thought there was a certain amount of, charm is not the right word, there's no charm. There's a little bit of interest. And then it turned out that a lot of America seemed to believe that show that wasn't true. Maybe I was part of that. I knew Trump was a dip. I knew he was a loser, brought Atlantic City into bankruptcy. I knew that he was a joke, but I called him Mr. Trump on TV. And for that, I will always feel guilty. He's the only person I've ever seen who never made a joke and never laughed at a joke. And he couldn't tap his foot to music.
Penn Jillette, one half of the comedic magician group Penn and Teller, would tell all about Trump because the pair worked together on Celebrity Apprentice.
There are some deep problems with Trump. Who else had money in the 80s living in New York City and never bought one piece of art? Right? Jesus Christ. One of my favorite things I said about him is trying to explain art to Donald Trump is like trying to explain art to Donald Trump. And then I also said that his hair looked like cotton candy made of piss. He said that I was completely unknown before I went on Celebrity Apprentice. And I pointed out to him that the name of the show is Celebrity Apprentice. Am I uncomfortable because Donald Trump hates me? No. I am proud of that. Am I uncomfortable that the President of the United States hates me? Yes. It's the fact that we have a president whose priorities are so out of whack that he would make any comment about someone who is an insignificant entertainer. So yeah, it bothers me, but not for the reason you might think.
And the sad reality of what so many Americans believed.
In those wild times of no sleep and pretending to be part of something that's not really happening. I mean, we are co-workers on a television show. He's not seeing if he's going to hire me. He has no job. The places he could hire me, the casinos that he has that have showrooms, he put into bankruptcy.
Right.
He no longer owns them. So he can't hire me. Plus I have a job. So that's all completely fake, right? But during the time, it's not Stockholm Syndrome, it's Actors Playhouse.
Yeah.
You get yourself, it's an improvisational, 5-week improvisational show in which you've decided that he is the boss and you are the employee. And you do that.
So this is like the Stanford prisoner experiment.
A little bit.
Yeah.
He'd also dish, hear me out, to Joe Rogan on the fallacies that were portrayed by Mark Burnett, NBC, and mass media.
You're in a set, and that's the thing that everybody else on the show would say, we're going into the boardroom now. And I'd say, no, we're going onto the boardroom set.
So it wasn't a real boardroom?
No, of course not. None of it was real.
Was it in a soundstage?
It was, it was in the Trump Tower. It's your hero camera that's over your shoulder that's shooting Trump. So you can't lean into the camera.
Right.
And they want a little piece of you so you can't lean out of the camera. So then you've got about 2 hours where you sit up straight and you can't move side to side and you can't put your hands on the table and you listen to someone speak for 2 hours that they're going to try to edit out to get 3 minutes where he sounds okay.
He would also tell the time that he publicly did not support Donald Trump for President of the United States of America. And as he says it, almost instantaneously, he got a call from a higher up saying, hey, reverse that decision. Speak differently about Trump becoming president. He didn't. And as he tells it, he would end up losing Celebrity Apprentice.
He doesn't really have strong convictions and sense of right and wrong. He's not really smart. He's not stupid, he's not a dumb guy, but he's not smart like presidents are smart. We make jokes Everybody makes jokes except me about George W. Bush not being smart. He's smart. He just is. Obama smarter? Probably. Sure. Obama smarter than Clinton? Probably. Almost certainly. But they're up here. And if we're talking about it, you're wherever you are, but you're not smarter than Obama. None of us are. Even the smart guys aren't there. And Trump isn't one of those people.
On this subject, he would go even further.
I really did spend a lot of time kind of sticking up for Donald Trump, saying, yeah, there's interesting stuff there, and yeah, he's crazy, and he's venal, and he's empty. Really weird stuff that you've never seen before. You have never seen someone who has never laughed sincerely and never made a joke.
Never laugh sincerely.
No, he will laugh in a bully way. You look kind of fat, Joe.
Really?
Yeah, he'll do that.
But he won't laugh at himself.
Oh no.
Then Penn dropped more truth bombs on our current and former POTUS.
He was unable to sell steaks in the fattest country on earth. Within the framework of a reality television program, being capricious, volatile, unpredictable, illogical, are all really good qualities. Having no filter is a really good quality. But I don't think it's a good quality for a president. The funny thing was, all I did was I went on a television show and said that I liked Donald Trump, but I didn't think he'd be a good president. And all of a sudden he started firing out these tweets about how I'm horrible and I'm garbage and my show sucks. And I just thought, wow, has there ever been a politician in history like Abraham Lincoln? Did he ever go 77 years ago, there's this magician that isn't that good? I think someone that petty and that thin-skinned and that volatile is not a good person for president.
And of course, he was right. He was right. And Penn Jillette, who has said that he is libertarian and even in some ways faded as a libertarian, it shows me a few different things. The first is the Libertarian Convention that hosted Trump. So many of them voted for him. So in a way, Penn is an outlier. The second is this. He said he voted against Trump because he knew too much about him and he saw his antics over and over. And what's just so shocking is hearing these stories of people who have such close relationships with Trump, worked closely with Trump, trying to warn so many in this country, and how routinely, election cycle after election cycle, it just completely fell on deaf ears. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Now, if you can, please do become a channel member by going to youtube.com/TYTsports and clicking the join button. If that's too much for you, you can just go to tyt.com/join to become a member. It helps all of us out here at the Young Turks and keeps our network afloat. In addition, you could follow me on my socials on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate the love. Have a great day.